Hello, in this video we're going to talk about how to do a background check in the state of Oregon. To get started, visit OregonPublicRecords.org, and I'll have a link in the description that you can click on. You can also just type it into your browser. So once you're on a home page, you will notice that you have quite a few public databases available in the state of Oregon. So just depending on what type of a background check you're doing, there's quite a few options here for you. This is just going to be a general background check for any just for the regular public. So I'll give you an example of a simple way to do one. For example, if you are having let's say a remodeling job, you could come down here and look up a contractor license, make sure everything is legit. Then let's say maybe you wanted to find out if there are any lawsuits, so you could check court records regarding maybe his work that have happened in the past. So there's quite a few options you could use just for your everyday situations. And now we also have specific pages for the most sought after records. So there's one for background checks, criminal records, court records. If you hover over other records, inmate search, warrant, vital, property records. So these are typically the most sought after records, so we created more detailed pages. As an example, I'm going to go ahead and click on Oregon background checks here. And if you scroll down, you'll notice you have statewide resources. So anything from court records to requesting criminal justice information, reports to Department of Corrections, which are prison records, sex offender registry. And then if you scroll down, you also have county level resources that you can use. So depending on what type of research you're doing in your background check, let's say you wanted to focus more on, let's say, criminal records, there would be, for instance, why you'd need to do it at the county level sometimes. If you're just checking prison records at the state level, there's a difference between prisons and jails. For example, in Multnomah County, they have an online database of people that were arrested. Sometimes these people get arrested and booked and released the same day, overnight. And so that information you won't necessarily find in the state database. You have to look it up at the county level. So that's why we have the most populous counties here, and we're planning to add more and more as the time goes by. So you have quite a few options here in terms of background checks. And again, if you want to do something more specific towards criminal records, there's a page for that. Maybe court records, there's a page for that also. So another option you have available to you is to do a name search, and that's the search box on top of the page. Now this uses both public and private databases, and it compiles records not just at the county level, not just at the state level in Oregon, but it also goes outside the state. So why is that important? Well, let's say somebody lived in the state of Washington, and maybe you are looking for criminal record information, and they had a criminal record in Washington. If you're just checking records in the state of Oregon at the county level or the state level, you're not necessarily going to see that. And people move around quite a bit, so it's quite common that people have lived in another state in their past history. So it's just another tool. Just like with the county records and the state records, it's just an additional tool you can utilize. So with that said, again, visit OregonPublicRecords.org and get started on your Oregon background check. Thank you.